There's a new U.S. Senate resolution on the floor. If it's passed, it could curb Donald Trump's ability to impose tariffs. Republican Senator Rand Paul is behind this resolution. And let's bring in Richard Madden from our bureau in Washington with the details about the details that are in this resolution and what those who are behind it, what they're aiming for this time. Richard, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Heather. Yeah, we're keeping an eye out for this possible Senate vote later today. As you noted, it's a resolution that would essentially end the national emergency clause that President Trump used to impose his punishing tariffs. Now, you'll recall Trump justified his across-the-board tariffs by declaring a national security emergency, citing the fentanyl crisis and trade deficits. But some lawmakers, including some Republicans, are now pushing back, saying only Congress has the power to impose tariffs under the Constitution. And Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul is leading the charge on this. He says slapping tariffs through a national emergency clause is an abuse of power, and he warns this sets a dangerous precedent. Take a listen.
To have a president do it unilaterally, even if you like tariffs, it's really a bad way to run a country, because what happens when we get Bernie Sanders or Karl Marx or whoever the Democrats put forward? What if they become president, use emergencies to, say no more gasoline or no more gasoline powered cars, we're going to say tomorrow. So emergencies are not a good way to run a country.
Now, the wording of this resolution is similar to one from earlier this month, calling to scrap tariffs on Canada, and that passed in the Senate but died in the House, and it's expected this resolution will see a similar fate. The White House also says President Trump would veto this anyway if it crossed his desk. So while this is mostly symbolic, it's politically significant because we're starting to see more cracks within the Republican conference over Trump's tariff agenda. While some Republicans say these tariffs are a tax, others are urging their own party to give it time. Watch.
I think when you're going through all this, you got to take the long view. And I think his policy decisions are the right ones. And I think over time, that will bear fruit.
And in that light, we are starting to see a bit more pulling back by the White House. It's since softened the impact on tariffs on imported vehicles and parts after growing pushback from automakers. The White House is also dismissing concerns from analysts and industry leaders of a possible self-induced recession caused by Trump's tariff agenda. And as you noted off the top, Heather, Trump insists that his administration is strong, insists he's on track for great success as he surpassed his symbolic 100-day mark in office. So we're going to start seeing the impact of these tariffs in the weeks ahead. There's a lot of concerns that store shelves here in the U.S. will be empty. Products aren't being shipped in from overseas. So I suspect we're going to see a bit more pressure and a bit more pushback from some in Trump's own party.
Richard, thanks. We'll await updates on those details. Thank you, Richard Madden in Washington.